guys, it's me again. I'm testing out a new microphone, so this should be fun. All right, so yeah, today I'm going to give you a quick little recap of what my trip to the Outer Banks was like for the 4th year in a row, and talk about some New York City adventures I went on last weekend with some friends that I haven't seen in a year and some friends I haven't seen in 7.5 years. So one of the fun things that we got to do in the Outer Banks was go parasailing. I've never done that before. And then the weekend after our trip, we actually got to go kayaking. My 3rd time kayaking at the lake in town. I haven't been there since like 2019, so it's been 6 years since I last kayaked there specifically. We did go kayaking last year in the Outer Banks. This year we didn't, but I got to go parasailing, so it was fun to try a new water activity. And yeah, what else am I going to talk about today? I guess today I'm just going to reflect on, fun things that I got to do this past summer, what I'm looking forward to doing in the fall. We're actually planning a trip to Ithaca in October to visit my friend. So the last time you guys saw me, I was kind of stressing about what I was going to pack for the OBX trip this time around. Again, we got lucky. I think we had some family friends who were actually renting a house in the same community a week before, and it seems like they didn't have the best time weather-wise. I would say that the week that we went, I think it was the 2nd week in August, it was definitely probably the most cloudy cloudy experience that we've had since we've been down there, but we were still able to spend time outside, go to the beach, go to the pool. So it was still a really good vacation, definitely just cloudier than some of the years prior. But because of that, we were actually, open to the idea of checking out a movie. So I think we drove down to, where did we go? Let me look this up. What's the movie theater down there? Yeah, so we went to RC Kill Devil Hills Movies 10. That's a mouthful. But we ended up seeing that movie Weapons one night, either maybe our 2nd or 3rd night when it was rainy. So it was nice to check out the movie theater there. I really liked their seats. They were leather and you had the option to heat them, which felt really good on my lower back. So cool to check out the movie theater in the Outer Banks. So that was a new thing that we did. And we also, again, kind of lucked out because people who were vacationing there a week before us, again, doesn't sound like they had the best weather, a lot of riptides, for what it sounds like, a lot of the red or yellow flags. And we were there the week before Hurricane Erin. And I think, a couple days after we left, any visitors renting or staying in the houses, on the sand north of Kerala, or actually later on, there was a mandatory evacuation. So again, that's not where we were staying, but it was close to where we were staying, and hopefully everybody who was there the week after us, was doing okay. But we just missed Hurricane Erin by a couple days. So my main highlights were that, again, we went parasailing. It was kind of cloudy, but still a great experience, very comfortable. I don't know, I feel like I was doing okay with the heights. I know that can be an issue, but I felt okay. I think the second we were strapped in, I went parasailing with my dad, and it was both our first time doing that. So when it was time for us to go up, I think that's when I got a little bit nervous, but really the second that we took off and kind of felt the wind and the parachute, it wasn't so bad. And felt good that we had the life jacket vest on and that there was water beneath us. I feel like maybe I would feel differently if it was land. I'm not sure. But I had a good time, and we were up there for, I want to say 10 minutes total, and probably on the boat itself, the trip was probably a whole hour. So there were a couple other families and little ones who went parasailing too. So 10 out of 10, great time. I want to do it again when it's sunnier out, not just cloudy. So definitely nice, calming. It's definitely way quieter than I thought it would be, being up there. And we opted to get like the photo and video footage from the captains of the boat. So afterward, they gave us an SD card, and I didn't have an adapter on me, but like a couple nights after, we actually went down to Walmart, picked up the adapter so we could see the footage, because I know my dad was really excited to see it. And yeah, I was happy to watch it. And now I can share it with you. Let's see what else. One of the other things we did last year that we did again this year was order a seafood boil from the Outer Banks Seafood Boil Company. Last year, my aunt and cousin really helped make that and cook it for us at home. But this year, I took it upon myself to do it. It was my first time like boiling that much seafood, especially by myself for the most part. But yeah, it felt like a victory. I didn't like overcook it or undercook it. Really, I just followed the directions. One of the things that was a little bit of a challenge was the stove that in the rental is just different from what I'm used to, right? So that kind of stove is like has an electric coil. And so the cooking time was actually shorter than maybe what it would be for, I forget, the different types of stoves and ovens, but we had an electric coil oven, very different from what we have here at home, but follow the instructions. And again, I think it came out good. So the seafood boil that we picked, I forget exactly what we got, but really it was like for three people, and that was more than enough. I know the different like packages we got like definitely had like crab, lobster, scallops, mussels, shrimp, andouille sausage, and potatoes. And corn, yeah. I also, in addition to that, like boiled some eggs just to have some hard boiled eggs, and also made an additional like dipping sauce, because even though they give you seasoning, I kind of learned about myself earlier this summer that I like to have some more like sauces or something to give it some like extra flavor. Not that it's not flavorful, I think I just like more. So yeah, I used like Old Bay seasoning, the seafood seasoning from Outer Banks Seafood Boil Company. It was like butter, lemon juice, garlic. It actually used like a bone broth or chicken broth just to make it. So yeah, we had our seafood boil. Everybody had an extra little cup of just like melted butter, and then another one just for like, again, that extra dipping sauce that I made. But I had a good time, definitely was nice. Definitely would do it again. But yeah, it was a victory. I also told you in the vlog that I wanted to kind of take some time to slow down, read that book, Train Dreams by Denis, which I was successfully able to do. So I was able to read that one physical book, and then I also rented a book or borrowed a book, Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney on my Libby app. And I just finished that. I had started it on vacation, got through like more than halfway done with it. And then during my commute into the city back at work, I was just, either reading it on the Kindle or like switching with the audiobooks. I also borrowed the audiobook, and now I'm officially done. And I've started watching the Hulu series. I just bought it on YouTube because I don't think it's available on, what was it, Hulu? Maybe it was on Prime. I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't find it, so I bought it. I think it was like $20 to $25 for all 12 episodes. So I just said, what the heck? Let's watch it. So I think I only have 4 episodes left. I'm on episode 9. So I think, yeah, if I'm on 9, then I have 10, 11, 12. But I've been enjoying it, and yeah, actually, usually, again, we went to the Outer Banks with my first cousins on my dad's side 2 times. And while we were at OBX this year, they were actually in Ireland or in Dublin, and they checked out like Trinity College. So it only felt fitting to rent a book by Sally Rooney. So yeah, I wasn't there with them, but it kind of felt like I was taking part in the Irish trip. Let's see. Okay, so I mentioned again, we've been to the Outer Banks, and I've stayed in Kerala like 3 years before. This was our 4th year. We always stop by the Kind Cup, my favorite coffee shop down there, and little like art store. But we actually like visited the Currituck Lighthouse. So that was about time. I didn't walk up. My dad walked up. We definitely, we're just like on the property, and then checked out the little like shop and bought some stuff there. It was a really, really humid day, but glad that we got to go there. And then he like filmed inside the lighthouse and kind of showed us what it was like. So yeah, that kind of leads me to, again, I told you I was probably going to buy a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and I actually ended up buying like 2 t-shirts and 2 sweatshirts, 2 t-shirts and 2 sweatshirts from this trip. So I'll go in order of what I bought first. So first I got another Outer Banks sweatshirt. I find that I really like more of like a teal and aqua color. The one I bought last year, again, had like a stain on it. They have the same exact one, again, still available at Super Wings, but I opted for a different style, and it just feels really like comfy. I wore this in the evenings because I mentioned it can get kind of chilly with the AC at night. And yeah, I've been wearing it, and like, ever since we've been back, even last night, I just had it with me to kind of like cuddle in bed. Because even though it's still warm and we have the AC on, sometimes it's just a little too chilly or a little too warm. So we just keep going back and forth. But this was the sweatshirt I got from Super Wings this year. And we checked out the Chill Spot again, my favorite ice cream shop to go to on vacation in the Outer Banks. And I got this sweatshirt. Just says ice cream is forever, Chill Spot, Outer Banks, NC. And it's got like ice cream and then an exclamation point, sundaes, milkshake, soft serve. But I like the colors for this, and it kind of got me excited to wear browns again for the fall. So I wore this a whole bunch. Actually, I haven't washed it, which I know might be gross, but it smells like ice cream and sprinkles and ice cream topping. It just smells like the store, basically. And I kind of like that. So I will wash it eventually, but right now just makes me feel like I'm still standing online trying to figure out what flavor I'm going to get. So we went to the Chill Spot twice. That was the first purchase I made on this vacation. And then the second and last time we went to the Chill Spot to get some ice cream, I got this shirt. I was eyeing it the first time, but, didn't want to go too crazy. I think that might have been like this 3rd night or 1st night on our trip that we got ice cream. And I knew we were going to go back again. So this one caught my eye. It's kind of like a watermelon color with the pink and the green going on, which is cute. And this one also just says ice cream is forever, and has the same design from the sweatshirt, but this is on the back with some extra pops of color. So I love this one. And I think that t-shirt's probably the 3rd one in our collection. My partner and I will like swap. One of us will just wear the Chill Spot shirt from the 1st year, the 2nd year. Now we have this collection from this year. And I mentioned we checked out the lighthouse for the first time, and of course I had to get a t-shirt from the lighthouse. So this is the back of it, and this is the front. It's still in that teal green family. They had a different design that I wanted, but they didn't have the right size or color. because they offered 2 different colors for the style that they had up on the wall that I liked, but it had the lighthouse on it, and that's really all I wanted. So yeah, that's all the OBX swag I got from this year's trip. What else? So that's kind of, I guess that's kind of it about this year's OBX trip. So glad we went. Got to relax, do some new things, do some old things we typically do. So all in all, a nice solid trip. I'm not sure that we're going to go next year, not because I or we don't want to, but because we'd like to check out some new places we've never been. So that's on the agenda. Oh yeah, so one of the other new things we did this year was check out a vintage clothing store, and we checked out Something Old, Something New in Kill Devil Hills. I actually got 2 things there for fun. I got this Aquarius necklace. Whoops, let's see if we can zoom in. So yeah, it's got these waves in the front, it says Aquarius, and then on the back, this is more astrological. And this one is gold, and it's got this little star, which was cute. And I also wanted it in silver because I like mixing metals or having options. And this one also just says Aquarius. It's a little bit of a longer chain, and it's got a heart. So I thought that one was cute. Yeah. So yeah, I got 2 Aquarius necklaces. I am an Aquarius. So Something Old, Something New was super cute. And on our last day, we went out and got breakfast, which we did for the first time. Again, we were with a smaller group this year. What's the name of the place? I think it was like First Light in Kerala. And solid breakfast. They had a nice, warm, good cup of coffee. And we got, where did I get? I don't remember. Oh, I think I got like a crab cake, eggs Benedict type of thing, which was nice. And my dad got, was it biscuits and gravy? And yeah, it just felt fitting to get those things actually split and shared. And then we also had a short stack of pancakes. So solid breakfast if you're trying to figure out where to go and you're in Kerala. We didn't have enough time or didn't feel like it would make sense to drive all the way down to Kill Devil Hills. They have, there's this place called Stack 'em High Pancakes. I think that's the one that we were considering going to for pancakes. But because it was the day that we were leaving, we decided to leave on Saturday. We figured we'll stay a little bit more local for breakfast, go to the beach, kind of hang out, enjoy it one last time, then pack up and go. So we did have the rental until Sunday morning, but unanimously decided it might make sense to just eat lunch, hang out on the beach, pack up and go. That way we could get home to New York around like 11 p.m. or midnight, and that way it would give us the opportunity to like sleep in until Sunday, wake up, have Sunday back before either going back to work. I still had the following Monday off, but yeah, I'm glad we left when we did. It kind of felt right, and usually we do rent the tent and chairs, so when we were leaving out, we still had the rental for 7 hours, and we just like told one of the families like next to us that had an umbrella, they were all sharing in a couple of chairs to take it, right? It's like it's still here for 7 more hours. If you guys are still on vacation, enjoy. So that was really nice to be able to share that with them and make sure people were able to take full advantage of the rental. So that's kind of it. When we came back, went to bed the next day, unpacked, kind of emptied the coolers, the whole 9 yards, just getting back to being home. And then I worked that week, and then that Friday in the evening, I actually got the chance to hang out with some of my friends that I made while studying abroad in the Philippines. I posted about it on my Instagram. Let's see. Sorry, I'm texting a friend. I'm meeting for a coffee. What did I put on my Instagram? this little reminders. Okay. Yep. So basically, I put up some photos here. I was meeting with my friend Faye, who I met one day. I was, again, studying abroad in the Philippines, decided I knew I wanted to check out like Escolta or Binondo or this place called The Den inside the hub. I actually have a video about it, which I could either like link here or put at the end. But again, I filmed that back in 2017. And I saw, I think on Instagram, that they were promoting this art talk or this artist coming to speak. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I remember, I think it was the Den or the Hub. I'm not sure. One of them was like promoting this art exhibit, or this artist, Lilibeth Cuenca Rasmussen, a Danish video and performance artist. So I decided to go. I was kind of intimidated just because I'd never been there before and I was going to be going by myself. But at the time, I think the Philippines did have Uber. So I either took an Uber and a Grab to Binondo, the world's oldest Chinatown in Manila, and I checked out the Den and the Hub. And I think it must have been a separate time, because even though I have a video about the Hub, I think that was a separate trip because I bought some things and I did a little haul for my channel. But yeah, that's where I met my friend Faye. And it was just from that one spontaneous decision to just like get out of my comfort zone and go explore outside of the campus where I was living. And yeah, Faye and I, we always kind of like talk about this. She is an artist. She's actually here in New York to complete her second year of graduate school. So when we had met, it was her senior year for undergrad. And from, actually, I think I met her in 2018. So I must have just met Faye like in January of 2018. And I was there probably till April because it was LaSalle's second trimester. It's January, February, March, April. So in 4 months, she was the friend that I like gravitated to the most. Like I think I made most of my friends off of campus. And I'm glad I did meet her, and I feel like I did a lot with her, and she introduced me to her roommates, her friend group. So yeah, it was really cool to now be hanging out with her as she enters her second year, going to grad school here in New York. We went to Silverlens Gallery in Chelsea. So this is a business card. And I didn't even know about Silverlens. I knew I was going to be meeting up with my friend after work in Chelsea at a gallery, and lo and behold, of course, it's an art gallery that also has a gallery in Manila. So that was super special, and it kind of just felt like full circle, because I saw Faye last year in New York, and she had her own. She was part of like her own exhibit in Chelsea, so it was really cool going to Silverlens. Now it's on my bucket list to check out their gallery in Makati. I would love to go. Let's see. I think the title of this specific exhibit was Galleon Trade. These were all really cool. And yeah, this was up from June 26th of 2025 up until August 23rd, 2025. So I think we were there on the 22nd, which was a Friday. But yeah, I want to go back now that I know that it's there. The one piece that really caught my attention the most was Elaine Navas's Bulok. And it's like, I saw it instantly, I knew it was a papaya. Every time I see papaya, I think of my mom eating a papaya growing up. And yeah, I am definitely not a professional when it comes to art. I know in undergrad I started out as an art history major, switched to psych. But yeah, in high school I really liked art. haven't really created, but that's kind of why I like doing these fun little videos, is my playtime. So maybe one day I'll get back into painting and art, but right now this is a form of creativity for me. Yeah, it was great hanging out with Faye. We went to Silverlens, always a blast hanging out with her. And then another one of our friends that she introduced me to is also in the Northeast, entering her second year of grad school. So it was amazing just to see her again. She's such a great personality. I always feel so happy after I see her, but I haven't seen her since probably March or April of 2018. And it really feels like we kind of just like picked back up where we left off. I mean, there was a lot of catching up last week. And so like proud of both of them for all that they've accomplished. I feel so lucky that somehow they've made their way to the New York area or the Northeast. Again, pretty like mind-blowing for me to have gone study in the Philippines, meet these really cool, fantastic people that I'm very lucky to still be in contact with and call friends, and hope to continue like supporting them and being friends with them down the road too. But yeah, what a small world that we're all in the area. I was actually supposed to meet up with our friends like in 2019. I was supposed to meet up with our other friend in 2019 when she was visiting New York for the first time. I had work, so unfortunately couldn't make the scheduling work that time around. So I'm sad that we missed out hanging out with each other in New York then, but so happy that here in 2025 we were able to kind of like make up for missing each other in 2019, and then catch up, enjoy just time in like New York City together. While we were waiting for our friend to come after her internship, let's see, what did we do? We checked out Botino in West Chelsea and just had some cocktails. I think I had like two drinks and then a glass of wine. Definitely fun, like catching up with them. So Botino NYC on Instagram, you can find them. Let's see, what did I drink? Okay, so while we were at Botino, because I had 3 drinks total, wasn't planning that at all. I'm pretty sure I started off with the Botino Spritz, which had Fiero, grapefruit, and Prosecco. And then I had a different drink that Faye was having that did catch my attention. You know, at the time I was picking between, do I get the Botino Spritz, do I get the Tony Thomas? But I really like the Tony Thomas. I think that one was my favorite drink of the evening. That had blue coat gin, elderflower, Earl Grey tea, and citrus. I feel like I've really been on an elderflower kick since then. Just like, you know, there's a lot of drinks with elderflower in it, whether it's like sparkling water or like a spiked seltzer, and I've been all about elderflower in the last like 7 days. And I had a glass of white wine. I forget which one it was, but I know the notes were like, tasted like it had honey. So that was fun, and we definitely needed to get some food in our system. So after our second friend joined all of us, we decided to go and get some dinner in Chinatown. I haven't been to Chinatown for food probably also since 2019. So we took the train, and it was pretty like late dinner for me, and I know it was going to take a while to come back home on the train, but we had a good time. We got like some sort of like beef noodle soup, shrimp fried rice, dumplings, different like appetizers to share. So it was more than enough, and it was like perfect to share among like the 4 of us that were there. Then afterward, we had to call it a night. It was such a great like Friday evening, but I had to get back home because the next day we were going kayaking with some local friends. So made it back home probably around, I don't know, like 12:30 in the morning. Went to sleep, woke up, picked up my cousin. We went kayaking in town with some like local friends, which is great. So not only did I get to go parasailing this month, but also got to go kayaking, which was wonderful. And I don't know where, let's see what kind of water activity we do next. I mean, summer's slowly coming to a close, but we're definitely planning on taking a short trip to Ithaca at some point this fall. So if you've been to Ithaca or spent some time like in the Cornell area, please let me know where we should go. But yeah, that's just a little mix of our OBX adventure for 2025. New York City / Chinatown reunions, again, kind of reflecting on how I first met this one friend in Chinatown in the Philippines, the oldest Chinatown in the world. Now, having dinner in Chinatown in New York City on a whim, basically 7.5 years later. Talked about some fun weekend, like local activities. So yeah, let's see what happens in the fall. I just appreciate you guys who have watched some videos or getting to know me a little bit more. But I hope you enjoyed our OBX recap, some of my New York City adventures, parasailing, kayaking, and fall plans to take a trip to Ithaca. And yeah, I guess that's it. Hopefully this microphone is okay. I'm still playing around with how to edit audio. Oh my goodness. So that's it. Thanks again for being here, catching up with me, and I will see you soon.